Hey, what's going on, buddy? Before this video fully starts, if there are any glitches within the video, it just like freezes or it does like what it did in the beginning and kind of does a little fuzzy with and changed colors. Because my dumbass deleted the file before I exported it without thinking, so it doesn't. So I had to like dig through my fucking computer files to restore everything, which was not fun and really worried me because I thought I lost a very important episode because it's a fucking class trial. But I was able to get it back. I apologize for if there's any big issues with it. This hopefully won't happen again. Hopefully I'm not a dumbass like last time. But yeah. Anyway, I won't keep this short so you can get right into the video. I hope you all do enjoy. And yeah. Alright. Enjoy the video. Bye. Last episode, we did more of the investigation and we are getting ready to do the trial. Also, this is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, just in case you were wondering. So is everyone here? So what? Am I blind or am I missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toka's not here. Oh, Toka's. You really don't remember?
Come
Just kidding,
on.
just kidding. How could I forget that little nutjob? She's part of the class trial.
What are you gonna do?
I'll go ahead and drag her here, kicking her, screaming. One more, please. Just like that. A few minutes later, you repair, dragging Toka behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl on. Terrible. Terrible. Now that everyone's here, alright then, let's undo that event. Let's get the show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Who I am. I think the she is a he. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. Because I think she was killed in the guy's locker room, and all of her shit was moved over to the girl's locker room. Someone's standing right there.
Hey, come on.
Fuck, Toka, man. What's getting her so fucked up? Let's go. No choice for to do this.
It's true.
Give a small nod in reply. Last step, walk towards the air. Check. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. Couldn't handle my emotions. Couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clanking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. As we went deeper, down it easy, my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. Class trial time. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? This is exciting. Don't waste your time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very
Good, good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
well.
Okay, let's get the show on the road.
Chills,
Everyone, please find your
chills.
assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes. Alright, set skills. Set you. I guess we'll go ahead and set everything I have. Yeah. So what's this one do? Increase the influence score for 2. Okay. Finish preparation.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, I gotta make sure. Alright, let's get going. Make your argument. Locker room double.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
That's true.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Oh wait, what? No, that would make sense.
Shoot!
Well, wait, not make that one kind of makes
Chihiro's
sense.
fatal injury. It appears it
It's
was.
like, hey, I know what it is.
What kind of blunt instrument could...
I bet it was an iron pipe.
There it is.
No, that's wrong.
This has to be way more literal. Break.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yay! That's so creepy!
Shut up, Fuhume.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
I checked the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? Oh, fuck me. Alright. Lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. The truth will disappear if they hit these lines, so you'll have to think of obstacles in your debate. So think of them as obstacles in your debate. There's a way to keep this white noise from getting in the way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer. You can shoot out the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with the silencer instead of the white noise, the time will decrease, so take careful aim. Okay. Oh, but your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the switch you ran for you. Well, good luck. Okay. Make your arguments. Genocide Jack case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, so that's kind of cool. Just gotta make sure when it goes like over that.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh,
True.
that's right. Boob lust.
Bloodlust,
No.
you dumbass.
It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characters, just like cast. So you're gonna do victim was positioned.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
Yes,
You're
fucking
saying
way.
Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Actually, split personality.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle.
man. Why is this gotta be so
See, I don't
complicated?
think that's true though now. I understand it. Hey, man's gambits. I don't remember how this one works. Wait, what the fuck was this one? I don't remember what this one was. Wait. Oh! Okay. Would it be... Let's see...
Now I understand.
I was completely guessing on that one.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Yeah, but it's also
I got it!
a behavior change.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, I'm fine, yeah. Well, is that a dead body? Are you dead? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, the top ending and the bottom, and the sea of world lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds... Okay, we already know this.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
Fair enough.
In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I want, like, yeah. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the mysterious thing.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
See, although I believe that,
How?
I also feel like this is something completely different.
How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter. But in spite of that promise,
Keep a promise, but don't worry, never again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with
For some
me.
reason, I feel like this isn't true.
That's the only reason I promised.
There's so much more evidence. There's so much more shit about this.
how
that
many
just makes me
times
don't
do I
feel
have
right
to tell
about
you?
this.
I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing. Could
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, The opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Toast body selling lunch backwards. You just thought I'd go across the courtroom, but in the second. Maybe this one. Nope, hi there.
Well, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see? Yes. What
Shouldn't I
the
say
heck?
Jill?
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
You're weird.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something still bothers me. She said I need to get some more details on this. What's my bullets this time? Status about the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that,
Oh, shit.
but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Yeah. So it has to be the first part.
Sorry, but
I didn't kill anyone!
No? Wait, what?
Shoot!
Wait, no.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
No, because all of them are killed with...
Perhaps if you had an
Oh, an alibi!
When you compare the modus operandi
matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, because it kills with knives.
Are the
Or
methods
scissors.
of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and
Yeah,
this
scissors.
Huh? How's it any different?
you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
She knows
I
kills with
murder
scissors.
with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
All the photos of victims' fatal
I
injury.
got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
So maybe it's Byakuya.
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Same difference. Step to your hands if you see the difference. When she uses. No. You can't really tell.
Shoot!
Wait, what? I'm reading things fast. Give me a second. You cast all the other intercept the hands when you see it. That was used to. Oh, that was used to suspend her. Okay, I just read that
Do
wrong.
you remember what the killer used to suspend her?
I'm
They
sorry.
used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take
Oh,
a
they're
look
all
at who
guys.
the victims. There's a pattern there. Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
But she wasn't a girl. I don't think Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something.
But I don't think Chihiro was a girl. She avoided all the girls. She didn't want to do it there. I
They
believe
were
she
all
was killed
Guys?
in the boys'
That's
room.
right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Fair enough.
Plus, Whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in
She
the
has a
school.
pair.
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da-da!
There's just that she has some. She pointed them at me earlier.
She's fully equipped.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah.
Byakuya. There's one person.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Yes.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely
You don't have
must
to act
an
suspicious.
answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Suspicious hate. Do you agree? Oh yeah. You're guiding
You
us.
wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
on the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Like I just said, make sure it's clear to everyone. New elements be added. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, absolutely. Next we're going to add something called truth flashbacks. If you aim at the weak spot and hold down the left mountain button, then you memorize that weak spot. The memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from the truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback to reach as many times as you want. If you don't have, if you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your lower truth bullet, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot. And the best time, when's the best one? You just have to use your keynotes, won't you? In this case, though, I'd say if you don't use the flashback, you won't be refuting anything. And then good luck in that one.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with
Whoa,
you.
whoa. I found it.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting... If you're presented with the opportunity...
Didn't know who
The victim
Was Chihiro.
No, that's wrong.
Gotcha, bitch.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that, because up until we actually discovered the body, We couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it?
Shh. He doesn't even care. Got a corner, but he's acting like it's not.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Difference between cases. The evidence that proves Byakuya's responsible is hidden there. Could be. Oh, this is getting heated. Lower this one.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope.
Before in my life.
Wait, yes, you have?
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What the fuck on? Hold the fuck on. No, hold the fuck on.
The difference between... You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same... But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right!
Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you...
I'd never seen
Seen that rope before in my life.
There we go. I missed.
That's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. Totally calm, totally unconcerned. Not even involved. Like,
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do
Maybe it's
something
not
like this to
Byakuya.
win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. Something's not right. No, I don't think so.
I got it!
Yes, she wasn't killed in the girls'
You
locker.
say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls'... How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere
Well,
else?
you see.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Did I just take you off guard? So recently moved to the crime scene, Byakuya. Maybe I can never realize the actual scene of the crime happened somewhere
Hey,
else.
don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place...
I can do that. Look at this.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, that's moved.
I got it!
It's the boys' locker room.
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
Correct.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
Because they found out the truth about Chihiro.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the
Chihiro's
girls'
not a
locker
girl.
room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Either Chihiro's a girl or it's the broken meat. Yeah.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys'
I'm
locker
still saying
room
it's a guy,
somehow?
but I could be completely wrong.
I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
No, wait. No, that makes sense.
Shoot!
No, yes, that makes sense though. It's not
Is
broke.
it
She
really
didn't get hacked.
possible?
It's broken.
Could Chihiro really...
She must have hacked her e... She was the ultimate program. I'm sure that would have been...
No, I don't think she used the thing. Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong! No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own.
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
No.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Sad then. She was killing the boys' locker room. So what else can I do?
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Oh?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please...
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Let's go. Before I knew what was happening, the class patrol was put on. We head off to Kyokyo.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Holy shit, was I right? I want to check it
Be
again.
sure to examine the entire body.
Examine her. No, wait, no.
No, shut up.
Probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything.
Okay, I got it. I have to
Very
do
well.
this.
I'll do it.
Oh.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
My hands together, breathe prayer, stop rubbing and finally examine
Be
her.
sure to check her entire body. And I believe we will solve this particular...
Chihiro is a guy.
Entire body? I know you what? This is... What is this?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were suddenly wide as Chihiro's life is formed.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Fuck yeah, I called it.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Yeah, Sakura would.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know?
I'll actually be back in a quick second. I need to go do something.
Totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Why don't you just fucking say it? Why do we have to come all the way down here to do this shit?
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Alright, let's go.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought has never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, There should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room, and the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So
Don't call
now
it titillating.
everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I
Sure.
thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Let's go. Back and do it. Then there's a real killer who murdered Chihiro. There's only one thing I'm sure that the killer is already gained access to the room scene, which means
I got it!
killer's a guy. Since crime scenes, you need. Yep. Everything's apparently broken. The killer would have to use their own. Otherwise, that had been a guy. So now enough to find some more clues. Okay, let's continue on. So let's see.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
No, what? That's new info.
Shoot!
That's new info. Fuck you.
Isn't there a single clue? Well,
Did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
perhaps someone saw the victim at...
Yeah.
It's over.
It's all... You want to know who saw the...
Killer. And only the killer.
There we go. Found it. Maybe
No,
she stopped
that's
doing
wrong.
it right away unless I'm positive.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Kato.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
No, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Mondo.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Mondo.
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Sure, some clue with the killer. Somehow this is really hard to believe. I swear to God, it's Mondo. I'm gonna lose another character I enjoyed. So let's just count.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way.
Not a chance.
Okay.
You heard him, right? What he just...
Lisa knows really odd.
First of all, we know where he was on his way to go exercise. So next we have, why did he choose this?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! He picked that it matched the one the culprit...
So, what, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising...
I have a white tracksuit
I saw-
personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us?
No way.
What the fuck?
Not a chance.
You heard him, right? First of all, we know
Right,
he was on his way, so next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific...
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one that...
So, what
The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Just shut it a little bit.
Shoot!
There must be another projection here somewhere.
First of all, we know Chihiro. He was on his way, so next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he...
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! He picked that It matched the one that...
So, what
The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have his exercise.
I have a white tracksuit. I got it from the warehouse.
Did any of that really help us?
No way. Not a chance.
Fuck's sake.
You heard him, right? What he just...
First of all, he was on his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the...
I got it! It matched the one...
So,
gonna
the killer
check
was
the-
wearing the same blue...
My tracksuit is black.
Shoot!
First of all, we know he was on his way to go exercise, so next we have to ask,
Why did he choose?
What do you mean, the...
I got it! It matched the one...
So, what...
The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have it. His exercise.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any...
I'm so confused.
No way. Not a chance.
Don't
you
understand
heard
this
him.
one.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go, so next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! It matched the one that...
So, what's your... The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit.
His exercise.
I have a white track. I got it from the
Did any of that really help us?
No way. Not a chance.
Wait.
heard him, right?
Did I...
First of all, we know he was
Did I
on his
call
way,
it the
so
track
next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the...
I got it! It matched the one...
So, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as...
No, that's wrong.
She never said it was a blue tracksuit. Mondo.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago,
Mondo.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's
Sakura's
tracksuit
gonna kick the shit out of you,
Because
Mondo.
I just...
Mondo.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility. Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Just, yeah.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why?
That's a good question. There was a certain... Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you only... And after... Once I picked up on that, it...
You noticed such a...
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No. I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Mondo.
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly...
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk
I swear
away?
all that
It's
done
fine,
fucking holy.
man. Just
If you really insist, then... Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
On the ground, like, let's put one, two. Cheers.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Fuck. Hitting its weak point.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt. It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge. Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the
Hold up,
mystery.
Mondo.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
God damn it,
I
Mondo.
won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who wore all the clothes into the sauna, which was...
Here's my answer.
Mondo.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I don't want to believe it either, but I found something pretty awesome. Shadow of the Down. Did I? Oh, the card reader.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
If what he said, you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No?
Shoot!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own hand.
In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just...
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, that was too. Now I think about it, that one makes more sense.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake.
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time? That way, everything will become clear.
The reconstruction. Right. Oh, this one's gonna be kind of difficult. This one's slightly annoying. I'm gonna do the ones I can probably figure out quickly. This one will probably be the bloodlust one.
The
I
killer
think this
is
is correct.
you! First, let's take a look
Let's see
back
what I
to
got
before
right.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Okay. Alright, so that one's wrong. Let's put them all back. That one can stay, that one can stay. Alright, so...
Here's exactly what happened.
I'll try this again now.
And attacked him.
Cool. Alright, that one works.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
No.
Here's exactly what happened.
Down the poster. I didn't take down the poster one.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. Then, removing the blood.
Fuck's sake. This one's just annoying.
The killer is you! Which is why the kill then removing.
What the fuck is it then? I am going to fail. I know this one's right. That one's right.
The killer is you! Which is why the killer hurried to try then remove. And finally carrying the cord. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it.
I suck at
With
these.
the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
I'm gonna get like the last one wrong.
Using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Yep. Lovely. Wait, what? Okay, that makes no sense.
I refuse to give up yet.
Okay, that one made it. That end makes 0 sense, but you know what, whatever. Let's just speedrun. Okay, let's speedrun this part. Alright, so this... Nope, wait. This one. I need... That's wrong. Scanning. This down. Up. That'll be okay with this. Bloodlust. I feel like that one's right. Where's this one?
Here's exactly what happened.
So I can skip through with Pearl. Which is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna skip to where we were. Alright, let's go, come on. Hurry it up. Yeah, here, give me a second. I'm just gonna go ahead
attacked him. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your
Oh, it's right, alright.
Yeah.
This is
Where's
also
your
another
evidence?
almost 2-fucking-hour episode.
You need evidence. You need proof.
These are so long.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Heavens and Moses, alright, field stuff. I can somehow... Oh, no thing. So, freezer time and nega time. Sharing time, if you press fever time will activate it. Temple will be forced to its mass. At this point, you can push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So, if you can just push however you want, you destroy the opponent's result. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make sure you press pop. Yeah, of course, they want to be fair. Did you know you got access to this one? Just call nega time. Well, that comes during bolt time. Your temple meter will disappear. Main quite a bit. It's for free time. No, never mind. It wouldn't. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know. I'm always worried about it. Gentle. Okay. So be sure to keep a hold of.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False.
Don't be fucking idiot, Taka.
I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it. If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
I'll take the fault on the last part.
Bro? Bro! What are you saying?
No, I'm upset now.
I got no
I lost two
choice
of my
now.
favorite characters.
After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Oh, wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Mondo. The fuck?
What?
This time it looks like you got it right again. Yet, is the blackened one who killed Chiro was Mondo. In case you're wondering, the vote was not anonymous. Kuwataka chose the wrong answer. You're trending very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishima. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he'll kill someone.
Sorry.
What is
Why
this?
are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Speaking of Val-san, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
It's a set of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the curl. Yeah. Anyway, there's once a young boy, and his name was Chiro. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things that as long as he could remember, he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness. Took on the frail form of the petite young girl. He's chosen this as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy, no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in a little shell. The inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him. He's not easily weeded out. And it turned out the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun, here at the school, he had no choice but to accept that as fact. After all, this world's survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secret, of which included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to do. Even was dressed like a girl, Chihiro's actually a boy.
hey,
And that was something Chiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, his arm would fall away. Without a doubt, those around would torture him even more than even before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
what?
And yet,
I'm sorry,
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
but
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I'll talk about it later. I'll try my best to become strong, then I go tell everyone. Knowingly, he used the threat to discover his motivation himself to become stronger.
that's right.
Now's my
I
chance.
want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought in front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, the day he made the commitment to being exercising, he was prepared to train his mind and body. Sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he started to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for some help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them for his help there. The person he went to,
Yeah, that's right.
it was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fellow had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chiro probably figured that if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep it the secret.
uh-huh.
Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was a very simple, strong man that Chiro always inspired to be. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his inspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? Did he do? You mean why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The river was to keep the promise between men he made with Chihiro. But how does that... Because if everyone knew he had been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone had been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started, at least a few of us would have immediately begun suspecting his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep his promise. He made Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you... Because no matter what I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. Possibly having embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
It's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant he killed his brother.
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat
How many times must I
myself.
repeat myself? Judge others by their own standards is the height of folly. Even if he can't comprehend it, he at least can. There's all there is. Why don't I tell you the embarrassing memory that secret he didn't want anyone to know?
Hey,
You know what Mondo did. He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate bio gang leader, made all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's other brother was named Daya Oa. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. Because of Daya, Mondo never got the motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother. So he imitated everything he did. Mondo was the only epitome of the stereotype kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and then his number two, his younger brother Mondo. At the beginning, everything was peaceful and gravy, and peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to grow at Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over Daya, huh? Daya created his gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Could someone like that really be our leader? All it do is making the gang grow. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers from the other members of the gang, which is why
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta
Don't
win.
fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, this is fucking depressing, man. Lying his kid brother's arm, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you no matter what. We gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's per promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together, he kept the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that his own weakness was the cause of the accident. As a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Dad was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to leave the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die an innocent. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear. I would have no problem shedding light on his secrets. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let another gang member find out. If that happened, everyone would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would be destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, would all been for nothing. So that's why Mondo, after I saw Monokuma head on me, my head filled with all kinds of fuzzy uneasiness, just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzziness, uneasiness, turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. It was right about then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you gotta keep that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would. You're right, but
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy this version of my be forever. Words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like it was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, I can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what you're saying is I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I feel like I hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a
and
bitch.
Stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand. I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey!
I
killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He had that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness that lived in a heart like his and turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him. You see, they're all just like him. From a secret from the past, from memory. For that, he caught another living human in cold blood. He could cut free of his regret from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in here? Because I sure don't. You bastard. Shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead and say it again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. This is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do it right now because it's time for punishing. It's fast approaching. Punishing.
It can't be.
You mean execution. That's
now,
what I promised you, right? The blackened that deserves the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then,
I
prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Aoda, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Fuck. That was less brutal, but that was less brutal than the Leon's, but fuck. Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Tucka's sad screams invaded our skulls. We each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. It's the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane. Do you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that.
However.
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Really obvious. Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, and the voice of death chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignore the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
Seriously, think you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if I had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, I would have wasted time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Jenna Jack from Tokyo, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But...
Damn, man. If you hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too. Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point, of course. Byakuya turned to look me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, I never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I know who I have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that's your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, am I up next?
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this spirit, is not just for you. All of this punishment, all of this spirit is my gift from to mankind itself.
What?
You're exaggerating. I'm not over exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean.
What the heck?
Mean.
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever. Doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will reveal to me.
Ooh, how
Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think it's the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I'll never stoop to the levels of a childish criminal like you. Let me say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Oh, so cool. That's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mouth for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom. The curtains closed on case Churro Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The healing game would still continue, because the mastermind will let it end. For those who are still alive, our worst fears and despairs kept on multiplying. The kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more future than us. All of our courage, all of our effort, our friendships. It felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.